Hamas chose to attack innocent Jews on the morning of Shmini Atzeret Simchas Torah, the most joyous time of the year. Well, we know their intentions. They knew that Jews were celebrating, were distracted, were more vulnerable. And of course, it doesn't take much to figure that this was the 50th anniversary of the Yom Kippur War, which was also a surprise attack on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish calendar, where they too caught the Jewish people off guard. Now, in their minds, they thought that was the best time. Little did they know the big secret, that it's also the time of our greatest strength. It's hard to ignore the parallel that thousands of years ago, someone by the name of Haman, uncannily similar to Hamas, H-A-M-A, one ends with an N, one ends with an S. Haman too made such a mistake. He threw lots. Purim is called lots. He was looking for the day, the best day, to destroy his enemy, the Jewish people. And it fell out into the month of Adar, the month when Moses, the great Moses, who received the Torah at Sinai, the great leader of the Jewish people who freed them from Egyptian slavery and genocide, was passed away that month. So he said, wow, perfect. What better time? It's a bad omen for the Jews. Little did he know, says the Talmud, it was also the day that Moses was born. So what is Yom Kippur and Simchas Torah? I don't know if Hamas really knows. They would not have chosen that day. Let's start with Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is the holiest day of the year. You know why? Because it's the birth of hope, the birth of forgiveness, the birth of the eternity. Because all human beings are flawed. And the Jewish people were flawed. They too. They had built a golden calf, a grave, grave sin of infidelity, of betrayal of God. And one would think, okay, that breached the relationship, the love. But indeed, that was not the case. Moses went up on the mountain and prayed for 80 days. And he gained forgiveness. Because the love was so deep, they were able to dig deeper and find a deeper relationship. And he came back on Yom Kippur with the second tablets. And God said, I have forgiven them as you have requested. The only time in history a man stood up to God. But he reached deeper. So Yom Kippur becomes the holiest day of the year because it's basically teaching us, even after betrayal, even after pain, nothing can destroy us. We can always rebuild. There's always forgiveness. There's always atonement. Why do we celebrate on Simchas Torah? Precisely for that reason. Because of that eternal gift called hope, that no matter what happens, you can always rebuild. So Yom Kippur is a time of a humble time, a quiet time, a silent time, time of reverence, days of awe. Simchas Torah is when we break out in song and dance, unfettered, unlimited, because of the great joy that we know we are indestructible. Indestructible. And history is a witness. After all the attempts, from the Egyptians, all the way to Hamas, in between the Nazis, and before that the pogroms, and before that the Inquisition, and before that the Middle Age expulsions and genocides and murders, and before that the Crusades, before that the destruction of Temple number 2, the Second Temple by the Romans, before that Temple number 1 by the Babylonians, and in between, over and under, we're here. 14.5, 15 million Ken Yirbu strong. While all these empires are gone, they were millions of more people. A small nation, but we survived. Am Yisrael Chai, eternity. When is that eternity most captured? On Yom Kippur, and the most revealed way on Simchas Torah. That's the day they chose. So yes, we've taken a big blow, and we cry. But we take our tears as we've always done, and they become water. They nourish. They nurture, like the rain, our growth. We channel the pain, we channel the loss into a deeper passion for life, for love, for light. We fight the wars we need to fight, but above all the war, that godliness and goodness will prevail over evil. That's the message of Yom Kippur, and as I said, in the most expansive way on Simchas Torah. Did they know this? I doubt it. So, no one asked for this. No one wanted this. But now, the indestructibility of the Jewish people will be demonstrated for the entire world to see. But it's not just a matter of vengeance. It's not just a matter of getting even or avenging the innocent blood. It's about building a world the way God wanted a world to build. And indeed, when the news came, Simchas Torah morning, Shmini Atzeret morning, to synagogues all over the world, what do you think people did? They danced, they celebrated, not out of denial, because they took their tears and they translated that we will dance the dance of indestructibility. And I'll conclude with a beautiful story from the Baal Shem Tov, that morning, the morning of Simchas Torah, when Jews are dancing, after a long night of dancing, Simchas Torah, remember in Israel, Shmini Atzeret and Simchas Torah come together. Outside of Israel, they're separate days. But that morning, what happens is the angels in heaven come to do their job. They usually sing praise to God. But they wait till the Jewish people below are singing praise. But since they danced all night, they slept in a bit. So the angels are waiting. They don't hear any praise coming from earth. So what do? They go to clean up Gan Eden, paradise. They're sweeping it up, and they find something strange. Gan Eden, they see soles of shoes, worn out soles, strange objects. They've never seen that before. So they come running to the angel Michael. He's the Jewish angel, the angel that represents the Jewish people. He knows everything that's going on with the Jews. He says, what are these souls? He says, these are the souls of Vitebsk, these are the souls of Dobromysl, these are the souls of the different towns and cities where Jews were dancing all night. And the souls themselves ended up in paradise because of the saturated with such joy and such celebration of indestructibility. That's what the Baal Shem Tov said. So that very morning when the attack was taking place, yes, the praise wasn't being heard so quickly, but the souls, S-O-L-E-S, and also S-O-U-L-S, the souls of people were being massacred. Where do you think that ended up? Much higher than Gan Eden, much higher than paradise. So may their cries and may their prayers and may their calls pierce every dimension in heaven. May shower down blessings on our brothers and sisters, protecting them in the Holy Land, protecting all innocent people in that land and all innocent people in the world. And we will prevail. Indestructibility. Purim, the time of Haman, became the greatest celebration because he miscalculated. He chose the wrong month, the wrong day. They too miscalculated. They chose the wrong day. They chose the day of indestructibility. Am Yisrael Chai. Let us all join together in solidarity in this battle, the battle of good, the battle of light, the battle of truth, the battle of God. And may we will prevail as we've always prevailed and march into the ultimate victory of the personal and global redemption that is coming very quickly. Please join us in this spiritual war. Go to meaningfullife.com. We have a page that offers an array of resources as well as a WhatsApp group, Spiritual War. Please join us, and together, as I said, we will prevail.